Hello everyone, welcome to this live Q&A with me. Let's just see who is joining us today. Okay, so let's see. I've received some questions from a number of people over the last little while. And so I'll be answering some of them today and possibly doing just a few readings, live readings for you today. I'm looking to go live at least once a month, so I'm excited to connect with you all. The one that's joining us now, welcome, welcome. Glad to see you all. Right, let's begin. Before I begin answering the questions, I'm just going to connect, with Source, connect with your all, connect with your hearts. And so I ask that the higher selves of everyone that is on this call, including myself, your guides, your angels, the ascended masters, join us in this live reading session today. We ask that we are immersed in golden light of protection and love, being watched over by 1,000 angels, the highest beings of light, love, and service. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And so it is. Okay, let me begin. I'm going to start with the first question. Feel free to post any other additional questions in the chat box today. So let's see what we have. So we've got a message or a question from Sam. He says, how do I move out of struggling? I keep asking the universe to help me pay my bills, but nothing good ever happens. Okay, so I know all too well how it feels when we are in struggling mode, when we are struggling to survive. We have been conditioned to believe that life needs to be hard, that we need to suffer, that earning money or receiving money or abundance should be hard to get. And so the first thing I will say to you, Sam, is that begin asking inspired questions. Instead of asking the universe, how am I going to pay my bills, or how am I going to get my next job? How about asking the universe, how can I fully realize my potential in this life? How can I find my purpose? What is my next step into fulfilling my purpose in this life? And the reason I say ask inspired questions is because when you ask broader inspired questions to the universe responds to exactly what you are asking. So when you ask a question from a space of lack and desperation, the universe responds with the exact same energy back to you. Now it takes some sort of mastery to eventually get to a point where you realize that the situation, the circumstances, and the experiences that you are facing now from a higher perspective, from the perspective of your higher self, is divinely orchestrated so that you can use this situation as an opportunity to grow And I know when you find yourself in those difficult circumstances and you are immersed in that emotion of suffering and pain and struggling, it's difficult to really get a broader perspective of what God or the universe wants for you, or what is happening, what the bigger picture is. Now I say for you, take a step back. For a moment, just allow yourself to become the omni-observer of your life from a higher perspective. Imagine, for example, you are within the clouds. You are God, you are Source, you are immersed in the clouds, and you are looking down at yourself right now in the life that you have. And you can see from this perspective what the bigger picture is for your life, what you would love for yourself as Sam to experience in order for you to expand and and grow to your fullest and greatest potential. From the limited perspective, it's difficult to see that view, but I'm asking you now, when you find yourself asking these types of questions because you're coming from a place of limited consciousness or limited beliefs or scarcity or lack, just think for a moment. What is the gift inherent in this situation, this experience? And surrender to it fully. Surrender to whatever needs to happen, because trust me, your higher self always has your back, always supports you. If you can trust the divine in taking control of your life and you can just let go of the reins for one moment, then perhaps you are able to then get into the flow of your life, and doors and things will start to open up for you automatically. This takes a level of mastery to do consistently, but you are the creator of your reality. Remember that. Everything that you attract in your life now is just a vibrational match to what you're putting out. So consciously become aware of these thoughts and how you create your reality by the beliefs that you have, by the thoughts that you have, by the emotions that are coming up for you, by what you've been taught as a child, and start to shift those. Because the truth of the matter is that you are capable of anything. You have the potentiality to be whatever you desire to be. Whatever you desire must be. All that you need to do is align yourself vibrationally to that which you desire. I can completely relate to you. I've been there multiple times. Multiple times I've begged the universe to take me out of a situation, to help me to pay my bills, to help me get over not loving the job that I was in. And eventually, you kind of are forced to surrender to what is. And when you do that, you allow divine flow to come in. You allow your higher self to take control. And in doing so, you are portraying trust. You are telling the universe, I trust you. Now, everybody, just for a moment now, just think of every single thing that you're experiencing now in your life that you perceive as negative. Whether it's you don't have enough money to pay your bills, you hate the job that you're in a relationship that completely triggers you each and every day, you're having issues with colleagues or peers at your work, you're trying to go from here into a better space of happiness for yourself. Think of whatever the situation is right now. Just hold it in the forefront of your mind and just feel into that. What does it feel like? And now for a second, I want you to take that part of you that is experiencing that and see that version of you standing in front of you right now. What does he or she look like? What is he or she feeling? Now, tell yourself to become your higher self. In this moment, becoming your higher self now, what does it feel like to be confident? What does it feel like to be in your full knowing? See the persona or version you are observing in front of you that is struggling. What does that person need from the aspect of your higher self? Go to that person in your mind's eye and give them what they need. Tell them what they needed to hear. Just observe them. So in this moment, while you are observing them, you are no longer in the emotion of struggle and lack. You now become the observer as your higher self. And the more that you do these practices of awareness, the more that you become aware of how your thoughts and your beliefs creates your reality. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next question. Vivian asks, how do I know if I have awakened or have had a spiritual awakening? So this is a very common question that I usually get. And for most of us, it is a process. Spiritual awakening is a process. It doesn't happen in the blink of an eye. For myself personally, it was also a process whereby I was very miserable, depressed, struggling, and I got to a point where I just was tired of being sick and tired. Now, for most of us, it takes immense amount of suffering in order for us to get to the point of awakening. Because when the universe strips everything, all our attachments away from us, we can no longer hold on to that which is attached to our sense of self. And once that is stripped away, this is the moment where your spiritual awakening begins, because now you open up to the divine more. You start asking questions like, why am I here? What is my purpose? There's got to be more to this life. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. When you start asking those questions, the universe responds. For most of us, people start experiencing synchronicities with numbers, seeing numbers, or feathers, or random messages, or chance encounters with people that are on that path already. And there is no coincidence in this. So the fact that you are actually watching this video now, Vivian, tells me that your spiritual awakening has begun. Otherwise, you would not have been a vibrational match to be watching this video today. And so there is no coincidence in everything. You were drawn to this video because you had this question, because you know something is going on subconsciously with you. You know there's a bigger movement happening underneath everything that you are experiencing. So if I tap into your energy now, Vivian, just relax and allow me to tap in. Connecting with Vivian's higher self now. You guys are showing me that you're definitely at the threshold of fully being immersed into the spiritual awakening journey, and that this is another activation for you that will propel you even further. If I can ask you, Vivian, let me just see if you are on here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Vivian, if I can ask you, are you they're showing me that you're doing an office job, 9 to 5 job, and you completely hate your job. Your biggest question at the moment is, what is your purpose? Is that correct? Can you confirm that for me? While Bobin's responding, I'm going to go to the question from Farah. She said, are you able to read for me what my spiritual gifts are? Of course, certainly. Okay, let me just step into your field. Father, connecting now with Father's higher self, accessing 100% soul. You give me permission? Just say outside, yes, I just need confirmation from your higher self. Okay, spiritual gifts for Father. I'm seeing that you are very much into the Buddha's way of spirituality. They're showing me that you do a lot of meditations, and that quite soon, within 7 months from now, your clairvoyance will be opening up for you. So I'm seeing a lot of activity within the third eye area. So clairvoyance within the 7 months? Okay, thank you. 7 months from now, your clairvoyance will be opening up and you'll be able to read for yourself and read for others. Continue to do meditations because this obviously assists with opening up your gifts and abilities. But ask yourself the question now, Father, what is it that you do that comes naturally to you? Are people drawn to you? Are they drawn to you in a way that you find people coming to you for help or for guidance? What is it that you naturally do in service of others? Just think about that for a moment. And then once you have that answer, ask yourself then, what are you scared or what are you avoiding doing in your life? For example, a lot of light workers, starseeds, healers on this path, before they put themselves out there to be of service unto others, some of them actually have a fear of public speaking. And so, for example, you might have a fear of public speaking, putting out your first YouTube video or speaking in front of a group of people. What are you avoiding doing? If you find what that is, if you know what that is where your focus should be. Because when you tap into the thing that you are avoiding, you will find the gift inherent in that. In your shadows, in your fears, that's where your purpose lies. That's where that spark lies. That's where the thing lies that's going to propel you to the next step, into the next level. Okay. Okay, let me just see, Vivian, have you answered me? Yeah. So Vivian confirms, she says, I am doing an office job at the moment. I definitely hate my job. And the question that I've been asking for the past few weeks was, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? Wonderful. Perfect. Nice confirmation. Okay. So you definitely, your purpose is showing me that you are definitely going to be of service as a light worker. And you can assist others in their awakening journeys as well. You are spiritually gifted in the sense that you're clairsentient, so you feel things that other people are experiencing through your body and emotions. And then also your clairvoyance will be opening up within the next 7 months, Spirit is showing me. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let's just see. Neil asks, please explain the concept of past lives. Okay, so past lives are not really past lives. So for us in the 3D world or 3D reality, us as humans now, we experience a linear time. So we experience past and then moving to the present and then moving to the future. But from a higher perspective, or from a multidimensional perspective or reality, there is no past. Everything's almost as if it's happening at the same time now. So your 9-year-old self or your past self is actually living in that time at this very moment now. And this is what makes healing so wonderful, is because when you do inner child work and you go back and speak to your 3-year-old self or 10-year-old self or your past life in Atlantis or wherever you were, and whatever healing you do there, within your mind's eye, you are literally doing, and you are creating that shift then, which also creates the shift now. It's not like you're not you're not just making up stuff within your mind. To a certain extent, you are just visualizing or imagining, but your past self, your past lives, all aspects of you, wherever you are situated in the multidimensional reality of all that is happening at this very moment, right now. Which changes everything for one when you think about it, because whatever you shift in and heal within your past self, you are shifting for yourself right now. It's almost as if you are changing that entire situation as it happened, that entire experience as it happened. And when you heal your 7-year-old self, you are literally healing yourself in the moment as well, because your 7-year-old self still exists right now. I hope that answers your question in the simplest form. Okay. Luke asks, he says, you are an incarnated Seraphim Angel. Can we get a taste of what the angelic Seraphim energies feel like? Yes, of course. For those that are sensitive to energies, I'd like to have your feedback afterwards of what you felt. Because Seraphim energies, Seraphim angels, are depicted as the fiery ones. So you might feel a lot of warmth coming over you. It's a very, very powerful frequency. Okay, so Luke and everyone else would love to experience these frequencies just for a moment. Just sit down, close your eyes, relax. On your next inhale, just imagine yourself being immersed in this beautiful golden light. And just allow the rhythm of your body now to be in its natural flow and movement. I'm going to begin the transmission of energies. Know that whatever you're feeling is okay. If you don't feel anything, that's okay as well. Just know that you are receiving this transmission of energies, angelic frequencies of light. Connecting with your heart space now. These energies can come in and feel like ripples of energies. There's like waves of energies. Okay, I'm just going to let that frequency continue as I move to the next question. We only have 10 minutes left. Let's see who else is here. Tiffany asks, why are relationships so difficult on this path of awakening? It's a very good question, Tiffany. And I will say firstly that relationships are the fast track to your expansion. You can meditate on an island for 20 years. And you can be in a relationship with someone else for a year. And that year can fast track your expansion more than 20 years of meditation alone on an island can do for you. And I'll tell you why. Everyone you come across is your mirror, right? But most importantly, your intimate partners, the person that you are in a relationship with, that person is meant to mirror to you all the aspects of yourself that are unhealed. That is why it's so difficult to be in a relationship for most of us, because you're constantly being triggered, constantly being made to feel a certain emotion or a certain subconscious belief comes to the system, to the surface, sorry. And so because your partners are your mirrors, they are reflecting back to you exactly what is unhealed, not just the negative aspects, but also the positive aspects of yourself. And so, Tiffany, you ask why it's so difficult. It's because your partner is reflecting to you all the subconscious aspects of yourself that has not been brought back into wholeness yet. And when you can move out of the perspective of blame, victim, and perpetrator, and you can move into the creator and observer self, you are able to then see, what is this person triggering within me that I have, that is unhealed, that has not been integrated back into wholeness, that I have disconnected from when I was a child. What is the feeling? Is it a feeling of I am unworthy, I'm not lovable? Whatever the trigger is for you, this is when you start to become aware of what it is. And so you move out of being the victim, but rather telling yourself, okay, there is a gift in this situation right now. What is this gift? What is this? What is this trying to teach me? What is the lesson inherent for me through this experience? And when you can move and ask yourself these questions, you then empower yourself to step and move into a space of healing. Because now you can truly become aware and observe yourself and to observe others as your mirrors and look inward. And I tell you, when you start using these mirrors as an opportunity for growth and expansion, you empower yourself, because now you take healing into your own hands and you can begin shifting and healing these things for yourself. The more that we try and avoid what is being mirrored to us, the more the same situation will be perpetuated and repeated over and over. Even if you leave your relationship and you get to the next relationship, whatever is still unhealed will continuously replay itself over and over with the next person and the next person and the next person. So it's just a different face, but it's the same issue. Okay. Hope that answers your question. I'm going to take one more and then I'm going to end. Lynn asks, which star seed am I? Okay, Lynn, so let's just tap into your field right now. Just give me permission, say yes. Thank you. Accessing 100% soul, accessing 100% spirit right now. Lynn, which star seed is Lynn? All right, Lynn, so I'm seeing for you that you had many lifetimes on the planet Pleiades. I'm seeing that very strong for you. However, that doesn't mean that that was the only star system that you had past lives on. That might have been, let me just see, That was your last incarnation on the solar system before you incarnated on Earth. So that is why Pleiades is coming up very strongly for you. But I do see that you were on Lyra and Orion as well. But more, you are more drawn to and more strongly associated with the Pleiades, um, Pleiades star seed, or star beings. Okay, I hope it helps. I'm going to take one more before I go quickly. Becky asks, do you see any blockages for me? All right, just give me permission to tap into your field, Becky. Thank you. Becky, I'm seeing a leakage within your solar plexus that is a few inches above the navel. It is linked to your maternal line. So your mother's lineage, your mother's side of the family through your mother and her mother. There is a sense or a blockage of having the need to impress others and to make others happy, the need for approval. And so you should maybe look into look into healing this aspect within your solar plexus, because once you do this, you'll be able to fully step into your power and into your essence as a divine, powerful being. This is your sense of self. This is your power center. And when you're leaking in the center, you are not accessing your full strength and your full power as the creator. All right. You okay, higher self is asking me just to remove. I see a wayward and an entity that's latched onto the back of your right shoulder. Just gonna move that away. And I command that you will be released to the light of source now, in this life, in all dimensions, past, present, and future now. Okay. Just surrounding your field with wonderful golden energies, locking your energies back in now. Just remove the wayward entity. Tell me, can you just, in chat box, just let me know if you felt anything? Because I felt like that was like a huge, almost like a huge burden sitting on your shoulders. Just let me know. Okay, she says yes. I felt a huge release on my shoulders and neck area. And now I feel all tingly and peaceful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So just focus on your solar plexus and try and release that for yourself. Okay, honey? Wonderful. Perfect. All right. Well, this was a wonderful, I hope I got to some of your guys' questions. Keep your questions if you've got more questions for the next live. I will be announcing soon when my next live will be. And I look forward to connecting with you all. Let me know what you would like to experience, what you guys are struggling with regarding your spiritual awakening journey, and where I can be of assistance to all of you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm sending you lots of love and all my blessings.